尊敬的各位领导，尊敬的各位贵宾，非常感谢大家今天莅临2006家中经济领袖论坛会。现在我们的这个论坛节开始，马上就由我们的加拿大的经济界的企业界、政府界的以及中国的这个来自于中国的企业界的知名企业家，在这里给大家做精彩演讲。
I know my daughters always remind me when I'm going to speak. I have two daughters, and they always remind me, Dad, please don't go on and on because you tend to do that. Try to be brief, and don't even try to be funny because you're not. So that's the advice that I get from my daughters every time I go to speak. Which reminds me of a story when I was just in India. After being on a plane, to get to India, it takes about 15, 16 hours on a plane. And you're tired when you get there. We got to the hotel shortly after arriving, and there was a large crowd gathered at the hotel. And out to come to greet us was the hotel manager and a number of people that were about to bestow us with a traditional ceremony. So I turned to my wife, she was with me on this trip, and I said, well, isn't this wonderful? I really feel important. All these people are here to greet us. Isn't that something special? So the manager overheard me say that to my wife, and he said, Minister, it's indeed a pleasure to have you here at our hotel, but Bill Clinton walked in 15 minutes before you, and all these people are here to greet him. So anyway, that's how it goes internationally, and in fact, everywhere I keep going, and just shortly after that, Jacques Chirac showed up with his entourage and blocked off all the city streets of New Delhi the next day, so we couldn't get to any of our appointments on time. In the province of Ontario, expanding our international presence has been a priority. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what the priorities are for our government, as we have brought forward a strategy to increase our economic potential. And largely that strategy was based on three main elements, or three main pillars. The first was, as I mentioned, to increase our international presence. To that end, we have expanded our trade offices abroad. We had three offices, one in Shanghai, one in New York, and the other one in Munich, Germany. Now, during the past 10 years, since 1993 to 2003, Canada's share of foreign direct investment dropped by half. It went from about 6.3% to about 3.1%. Now, overall, the amount of foreign direct investment throughout the world increased, but nonetheless, we have, as a share of that foreign direct investment, declined in half. So it wasn't a good sign for us. We needed to become a much more significant player in the world if we wanted to trade globally, and we needed a greater share of that foreign direct investment. That was the view of our government, and so to that end, as I say, we've expanded our foreign trade offices. So we increased that number of 3 to 7. We added 4 more offices, and we hope to add another 3 and bring that total to 10. And we're looking at adding another office in China. That would bring to 2 the number of offices we would have in China. And that speaks volumes about the importance we attach to the trading relationship with China. Now, everyone in the world recognizes that China has emerged as a superpower, economically and politically, around the world. The amount of trade between Ontario and China has expanded by 100% over just the last 4 years, reaching a total of about $16 billion. This is only going to grow in the years to come. But when you really look at the numbers, they don't tell the whole story, because it's just a number, and these numbers continue to grow. What is really important is the opportunities that exist for both Ontario and China to invest in each other's country. That really signifies the fact that the growing relationship has become sophisticated. And recently, the Premier and I led a delegation last November to China. We had 120 delegates with us, business people, signed a number of important deals, expanding our relationships. But what we really heard that was important was that China was now prepared and ready to invest abroad and looking at Ontario opportunities. So there are a number of sectors that they were increasingly interested in. The information communication technology sector, life sciences, to name a few. The auto sector comes to mind, which is hugely important in Ontario. By the way, if you didn't know, we have become the leading auto jurisdiction in North America for 2 years in a row. We have become the most productive, and we have produced the most vehicles of any jurisdiction in North America, surpassing Michigan, as I say, for the second year in a row. An incredible accomplishment when you think about the fact that we have been producing automobiles for over 100 years, and we have successfully reached that milestone. Now we hope to maintain that, and it's my job to make sure that that happens. I think the relationship with China, as I say, is growing in strength, in intensity, and in opportunities. Our government recognizes how important this relationship is. And as I say, we will not only have we opened 2 offices in China, but we have dedicated more of our attention here in Toronto to the relationship. We signed an agreement with the sister province of Jiangsu. Sorry, I was thinking Nanjing was where we were, and that's because I was talking to you. Jiangsu, which was an MOU that was there in existence for the past 20 years. And we have had that strong relationship. We have brought that up to today's requirements, increasing the commitment that we've made. And we have a business working council between the 2 provinces, which is working on a number of additional agreements to strengthen our investment ties. So this is good news for us in expanding the relationship. This is only one of the examples that I could point to that will continue to strengthen. And right across the country, there are delegations that are coming on a daily basis. So I'd like to welcome our guests from China here for this conference, and to say thank you very much for furthering that relationship. Thank you. The second key fundamental pillar of our economic strategy was to foster a culture of innovation in Ontario. And I'll touch briefly on that because it's important in terms of the growing relationship with China. We conduct a lot of research in Ontario through our universities, public hospitals, and other research labs. A lot of that research is funded publicly. The federal government contributes enormously, as well as the province, to the tune of about $1.8 billion over the next 4 years that the province will contribute to research. This research needs to be commercialized, and therein lies great opportunities for China to invest in Ontario. Commercializing that research is a big challenge for us, and I think this is where we will see greater synergies and joint venture initiatives take place with Chinese companies looking to expand their presence in the North American market. They are also looking, as I say, to the auto sector to expand the presence here in North America. And there are a number of exciting opportunities that are unfolding in that sector as well. So research and innovation, commercialization, fostering a culture of innovation so that we can compete at the highest level. And in order to take full advantage of a relationship with China, we have to make sure that we are offering something that is of higher value. And that higher value is going to be there with research and innovation. This is where I think we will have some synergies. China has a tremendous capacity to manufacture. We have great opportunities with respect to research and innovation in life sciences, which includes healthcare, etc., and information information communication technologies, and in other sectors that are important to our economy. Finally, our government understands the importance of partnering with the private sector in order to ensure that economic development really takes hold. The government has to play a role in partnering with the private sector and in bringing all the players together, even labor, at the table, so that there is a better, positive economic business climate for investment to flourish. I think long gone are the days when we can sit on the sidelines, where labor is fighting to get what they want, and government sits on the sidelines and acts as an umpire and is no longer active in that process. The government must be supportive of the private sector. The government must also work in partnership with the private sector. It doesn't mean that we take a back seat. It means that we are there to facilitate, to encourage, and to create a positive business climate. I would include in that list our post-secondary institutions, our universities, our colleges, our research facilities. They are leading the charge when it comes to economic development potential. They're at the forefront of creating that potential because so much of the research and innovation happens in our universities. Again, this is something that we are leading in the world. When I talk to business leaders around the world to explain what we're doing with research and innovation, with commercialization, it really gets attention because no one is doing it as well as we are right now. The Americans, yes, they have a lot of research, they have a lot of capability, there is no doubt about that. But most of it is private sector driven, and most of it is not what I would call the blending of labor and public institutions working with private institutions. We've figured out a way to do that now. And I think everyone's looking at that and saying this is a great model that we would like to explore further. So I think we have something good going in Ontario that promises to be truly exciting in a global trading context. And as we have seen globalization take hold, it's no longer a phenomenon, it's a reality. Governments have to play a more active role in facilitating and partnering with the private sector in order to attract investment and to ensure that our economy continues to expand and continues to provide the opportunities that families need to ensure that they have a standard of living that we have in Canada. We want to continue to have that, and in fact, I think it will get better. Our economy's fundamentals are sound. Now is the time to become much more aggressive on the international stage, and I leave you with those thoughts. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cardiano, for these good words about your government strategy.
Distinguished guests and participants, let me first, as a Member of Parliament representing a riding in the area, welcome you to Scarborough. And I'll close my very brief remarks with a reference to Scarborough infrastructure. But our conference here is focused very much on information exchange in a very fast-paced, fast-moving commercial area of trade. So there's information exchange, there is networking, and many of you will be looking for opportunities, knowledge and opportunities in connection with the Canada-China trade envelope. The federal government, and I bring greetings from our colleagues in Canada's House of Commons in the federal jurisdiction, is doing its best to ensure that the trade platform between Canada and China is structured properly, that there are financing vehicles, laws, rules, protocols in place that will facilitate two-way trade and two-way investment. And as was mentioned earlier, there is under negotiation now an updated investment protection agreement between Canada and China. There are lots of issues, but there are lots of opportunities. And I want to recognize the work of the organizers, the CCGC, and the participants and the sponsors and all of you in devoting some time in pursuing these opportunities in trade. If you know the envelope, if you know your job well, you may well find a bigger and better place for you in this huge and growing commercial trade enterprise. Not just China, Canada, but China and the rest of the world. And,
It's Norman Kelly, Counselor for Scarborough, Agent Court.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Scarborough Civic Center. This building was built in the mid-70s, 1970s, by an architect, Raymond Moriyama, who was a very young guy at the time, and this building made his reputation and won one of the top awards in Canada, the Governor General's Medal. So I think you've come to one of the more beautiful public buildings in the city of Toronto.
Ladies and gentlemen, 今天非常高兴参加这个论坛。我呢是来自这个北京清华大学，实际上我大部分时间呢在深圳。我到这里来呢感到非常高兴。实际上我呢是跟大家一样，我是改革开放以后可能属于第一批派到国外去。我前后在美国跟在当时的西德，我在工作了一段时间。我呢也非常凑巧，刚好在美国跟这个德国的时候呢，我都是在一些大学教授办的一些高科技公司里面工作。所以呢，当时我就有这个梦嘛，这个 dream， 我说有3个梦。第一个梦呢，就是希望把我自己的研究成果能变成一个企业。第二个梦呢，就是我们这个高科技的产品能走向全世界。第3个梦呢，我们能投资到这个海外来，能拿自己挣的钱能再投资到这个一些发达的国家。我非常高兴的这3个梦呢，我在中国都实现了。我现在呢，我有一项这个研究成果呢，我10年以前我在深圳呢就搞了一个高科技的公司，这个公司呢，这个产品呢，现在这个98%都出口到海外。这5年当中呢，已经给国家创造了10个亿的外汇收入。前年呢，我们已经在这个美国硅谷投资了一家高科技的公司，从事 IC 领域的设计的，有关数字电视方面。这个10几年以前呢，我从德国回到中国的时候呢，我就给我们校长建议，我说我们中国这个经济在快速的发展，这个我们现在有大量的科技成果呢，没有变成功一个在经济领域里面呢发挥作用的。我们是拿着金饭碗讨饭。后来我说，这个深圳是一个经济特区，能不能允许我去这个在深圳去搞一个这个研究所？我这个研究所呢，主要的从事的工作呢，就是从事科研成果的转化，企业的孵化。后来我们校长呢还是很开明的，10几年以前他就说，我就说我们就你去吧。后来呢，我就到了深圳，我们就创办了这个研究所。这个研究所呢，刚好是已经这个创办了10年的历史。我在这里呢，我想抽几分钟的时间，把这个研究这个 institute 这个研究院的情况做一个简单的介绍。这个研究院呢是深圳市跟清华大学一起联合建立，共同投资呢是这个一共是投资了1个亿。深圳市呢投了8000万，清华大学呢投了2000万，整个面积呢是3.2万平方米。我们的目标呢就是这个几个方面吧，一个就是我们推出自主创新的研究成果，加速科技成果的产业化，孵化高科技的企业，培养高层次的人才。我们当时呢，我们到了深圳以后呢，我就提出来，我们这个在 们一定要有一个新的理念，所以呢，我当时提出了一个叫四不像的理论。现在这个理论呢，在中国还是很有名气的。我提出来呢，我们既是大学，又不完全像大学，它的文化不同；既是研究机构，又不完全像科研院所，功能不同；既是企业，又不完全企业，它的这个目标是不同的；既是事业单位，又不完全像事业单位，机制不同。我们花了10年的时间呢，我们形成了一个自主创新的一个孵化体系。这个我们呢，就是把一个科研项目，怎么变成一个成功的企业，我们通过的一个叫支撑体系。支撑体系呢，就是发挥大学在人才、科技、管理方面的优势。另外一个呢，我们一个投资体系，我们一个风险投资。我们这个风险投资公司在国内搞得还是很有名气的。我们当时这个，在这里我还要非常感谢我们这个苏新先生，他每次讲到这个我们这个风险投资公司，他就说这个资本金是他借给我的，确实是这样的情况。我们这个，当时我刚到深圳要投资这个公司，这个要跟苏新要成立一个合资企业，对吧？他当时是这个是外资，成立一个合资企业呢，必须我们要成立一个公司。我们成立公司，后来我说没钱，苏新说我借给你钱，后来就借给我们了200多万。但是现在非常高兴呢，我们现在的资本金已经到了10个亿了。我们这个公司控了2家上市公司，我这里再一次感谢。我们另外一个呢，我们有一个高科技的孵化器，我们有一个这个清华信息馆在珠海有个科技园。我们呢，通过这么一个体系呢，就是把一个项目变成一个怎么变成一个成功企业，它通过上市啊、并购啊或者独立发展。这个我们呢，主要是利用了我们的研发的一个平台，我们的一个孵化器，另外一个创业投资，我们叫3策互动。这个我们有个自主创新的一个平台，我们主要是针对深圳的特点呢，在信息与光机电跟创新中药与生物技术方面，这个是我们形成的我们的一个研发的一个平台。这是我们的一些实验室。我这里顺便还要说一说，昨天有些记者访问我说，你们这次来的目的是什么？你们是大学，你们能投资吗？这个我们说我们行啊，我们也能投资啊，我们在美国就有投资啊。另外一个他说这个你们是不是这个在人才培养方面，我们有很多在研究开发方面，我们有很多跟这个加拿大大学的合作。所以呢，我们也是非常欢迎我们在加拿大这个留学的这个优秀人才。欢迎你们有时间到我们那去工作、去创业。这个去年我就引进了，从美国引进了我的一个学生，他在美国的一家公司里面干了差不多快5、6年了。这个应该我知道他是一个很优秀的一个学生。后来我就给他打电话，我说你回来吧，你在美国待的时间长了，你给废掉了。后来他问我，因为我想在美国公司里面大概就是一个工程一个应届年龄。我说你每年拿多少钱嘛？他说拿10万美金。我说你回来我给你80万人民币。我想不会比这个生活水平不会低于你在美国的水平。他回来以后，实际上一年拿的钱远远超过了这个10万美金。另外10年当中，我们有一批科技成果。这个呢，我就不详细介绍了，但是有一件事情我还是可以讲一讲。这个大家知道，2003年的时候，中国出现了非典。这个非典呢，在中国应该说，在中国历史上是一个灾难。那个时候呢，2003年刚好总书记到了这个深圳，到了我们研究院，他知道我是搞这个传感器方面的专家。他说是冯教授，他也是清华大学毕业的嘛。他说这个现在国家非常急需一个仪器，就是非典病人啊，他这个一发烧他就开始传播。原来我不知道他说这个非典病人，如果这个不传染的不发烧的时候呢，他不传染； 一发烧他就传染。他说你有没有什么办法？这个当时香港也有非典，广东也有非典，北京有非典，这个而且大量的人情在流动，在流动的过程当中，你能不能把发烧的病人给他抓起来？抓起来的目的就是把他找出来，都是可以。后来我说这个可以啊，我们花了10天的时间，我们就发明了这个红外测仪。这个在你们如果到中国去，在非典期间，一讲红外测仪，大家都知道，这个红外测仪在我们国家的这个解决非典的这个是起了立了大功劳。所以温家宝总理专门表彰，说是你们在这方面是立了大功劳。这个红外测仪就是我们研究院发明的，而且当时在非典期间，80%的产品都是我们研究院提供，包括这个当时这个我们国家送给东南亚国家的一些防止非典的这个产品都是我们，所以我们应该说好，谢谢大家。另外一个呢，10年当中呢，我想我的梦已经在一项项实现。我们呢已经有申报了100多项专利，有150多项成果产业化，技术创新的这个产出呢，每年超过100多个亿。另外一个呢，我们孵化了310多家高新技术企业。这个微软在深圳有一家这个高科技的企业，搞这个通讯增值业务。我也很自豪地说，这家公司原来就是我们自己创办的一家企业，后来把微软把它买断。在这个从我们把这个企业孵化起来到微软买断，在这个过程当中，我们的投资收益大概是我们投资收益20倍，就是当时投了如果投了1个美元的话，我们拿回来是20个美元。这是我们研究院的一个大楼，这是我们创业的一个地方。我们这个大楼的风水很好。总书记去的时候，我就跟他说，我说这个地方风水很好。这是我们从这里发家，这里是我们在一个珠海的科技园，这个占地面积是大概有200多亩地，在中山大学旁边。这都是建成的，不是模型。这是我们在深圳的一个清华信息港，我们一些企业就都在这个地方孵化。这是我们一个在深圳有个研究生院，就是清华大学研究生院。当然，这个并不属于我的领导，但是我是创办人。我们当时在深圳创办了这个研究生院，现在有大概有3000多个研究生在里面。我们还在深圳办了一个实验学校，当时有这个大批海外的人员回去，他们要解决他们孩子的上学的问题，所以深圳市的领导跟我们商量说，你们能不能办一个国际学校？后来我们这个国际学校办的还是很大的，我们大概投资了差不多5个亿在里面。现在规模在中国应该是这个再大的这个实验学校之一。最近呢，我们还在从事一项非常重要的工作，就是数字电视的研究和开发工作。这个呢是大家可能在网上知道，就是数字电视的这个无线传输有3大标准，这个北美有一个标准，美国的标准，还有一个欧洲的标准，日本有一个标准，中国呢下决心要搞自己的标准。但是呢，中国的标准一搞呢，就搞了大概7、8年。这个网上有很多说法是清华、交大执政的，实际上呢，我认为关键还不是内部的执政，因为主要的在中国是用不用国外的标准的问题。我们呢也参与了这个标准的这个研究跟开发。当时清华大学呢就2年以前把这个任务就交给了我们，说中国的标准起来这个搞不定，就是你们研究院有这个人力有这个财力，你们去把它搞定。接了这个任务以后呢，当时投资比较大，那时候2003年4月份，总书记来的时候呢，我就跟他汇报，我说这个标准，中国要不要自己搞？总书记也没有直接回答，他就讲了这么几个字， 说搞自己的知识产权很重要。我听完以后我就知道，这个标准肯定不会有外国的标准。所以我想我们的投资不会是白费的。所以呢，我们就是利用我们自己的技术优势，我们的资金的优势。因为原来大学里面知道光有技术没钱，我们现在有了资金还有钱，所以呢，我们就跟一个省一个省市的去跟他们商量，说你们不要用欧洲标准了，用中国的标准。他们说那用中国标准有什么好处？我们说我们可以做个比较，看看用中国标准的好处在什么。他们实验下来以后呢，我们再跟他商量，说这个你把它换掉吧，换的钱由我们来出。后来每个省就慢慢的同意了我这个想法，一同意这个想法呢，就上了我们的当，就是这个一下子全国20多个省市呢就都用了这个清华的标准，都插上了清华的红旗。后来我们再给国家说，你看全国都已经20多个省市都用的中国的标准，而且呢，这个所以陈志立这个去年到清华到我们研究院来的时候呢，我就跟他说，我们20多个省市都用了这个中国人自己的标准，所以呢，这个不要再用外国标准。我用了外国标准呢，确实有很多问题。这个我们这次我来以前，我到德国去参加一个展览会议，我们有一批产品是按照欧洲的标准的这个产品，我们这个产品还没出去，已经收到了很多通知。你到这个去展览会，你必须交这个每一个的 license费是多少，他给你列得非常清楚。这个我实际上一个产品都没卖出去呢，他一定要先让我交5万美金。所以我们深深地感到这个知识产权的重要性。所以呢，我今天这里也非常高兴，刚好我离开这个中国的那一天是8月30号，我们国家标准已经正式公布了。实际上就是在清华标准基础上，这个用了这个国家的标准。我想呢，这个像是你们回到中国的时候，我相信在数字电视方面，中国一定不会落在世界的后面，就像我们那个手机电视一样，手机一样。你们这次我也拿着我们这个产品来，我想收一收这个，在加拿大有没有这个数字电视的这个？遗憾的是我收不到这个节目，在欧洲能收到很多节目。所以我欢迎你们下次回到中国，回到我们研究院去看。我相信中国在数字电视方面呢，有很多这个真正的业务，便携式的一些这个数字电视，会走在世界的前面。在这个领域，我们也希望跟加拿大能这个做一些这个更多的合作。关于详细的情况，我就不详细介绍了。我想再一次希望与各位同仁合作，在相关的领域携手合作，共同发展。Thank you very much.
The topic is changes in globalization. The word global village was first time coined in early 1960, but actually we were seemingly remarkably affected after 1980. After that, in all kind of forums, this word has been discussed in business forum, in political forum, and academic forum, in the small forum, or in cozy listening rooms. But here, in next 15 minutes, I just want to share some of my concerns and thoughts during my extensive travel in the last 10 years worldwide. And then at the end, I will give my examples. That's our company. About 3 months ago, I spoke in University of Harvard in the classroom. The attendees were all senior executives from worldwide. They came from more than 40 countries. But I told them that actually they all came from one place, only one place, no matter they came from which nation. This place in Chinese, it is called 一个世界。其实我们不管在哪里出生，我们都来一个地方，就是 one world. Because of globalization, we actually only share one world. This is a slide I showed in this class in Harvard, that because of globalization, the boundaries of the nation are blurred, whether it is a geographic boundary or the culture and the value boundary. They have all been changed. And then there are many of new issues, new opportunities being created, and new forums being discussed different things, such as we're talking about new dimension of trade deficit, new inequity of different nations, and then all new opportunities of offshore and outsourcing. Actually, the other day when I was in the American Airlines, in one of their magazines, they even have the term of outsourcing of your personal life. It's quite interesting. So we have to see the world different after this globalization. The new value will be created, new opportunities will be there. This is what Albert Einstein said a long time ago. Out of a cloud, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. So there are opportunities we all can find. What is driven in this globalization? There are two fundamental technology recently, in my opinion, is driving this globalization, the change. One is the rapid development in transportation, which you can move the physical goods and product from one place to another place. The other thing is the revolutionary development in telecom and information technology, where you can share and change ideas in different countries, in different nations. And it's the superhighways around the world, which makes the global village actually a village. And then if you see these two different dimensions, the transportation between different geography, then the superhighway, invisible superhighway, if you can see different angles, if you see difference from different places, whether it's a soft side, information side, or hard side, good side, you see the difference, you find opportunity. You become millionaire, you become billionaire. If you cannot move the hardware like a human being because of labor, like a law, you cannot move from one place to another place, then you move your work to there, like outsourcing of software in India, manufacturing facility in China. That's all the economy, all the business. This is one of the key I find. Then in my industry, the changes in telecom, actually some of us may be familiar with the big mobile phone, the brick, the old time mobile phone. We were so proud at that time that 有大哥大这个时候打电话很威武的。Then we come to small phones, then we come to phones with pictures, we come to phones with all kind of internet. This is a change. The change in technology is not only in technology, it's a change of lifestyle, of the value. So the terms like telecommunication, initial definition is communications through the wire, through tele. Now the term has come to telemedicine. You can see doctor across the continent. There is teleconference, there is telemarketing, then there is other terms like e-commerce, e-learnings, e-government. These are all the change. All the change, there is opportunity. Inside the future telecom, we talk about telecom, there's a change in the human-to-human communication. Then there's change in the human-to-machine communication. Then there is change in the machine-to-machine communication. These are all the change in improvement, and many of these we haven't thought about 20 years ago. The essential build up in this communication from basic communication as communication between people come to the always online entertainment and commercial and maybe political everything. We've defense on top of that. This is the huge like home entertainment applications. Like basically the home can be the office, can be parliament, can be kindergarten, can be everything. Everything will be accessible within your hand. What is the old time communication? We all know we are so proud of the civilization of our Chinese, 5,000 years civilization. And it's quite obvious to notice that in these 5,000 years, what China brings to other world, the past is Chinese, the Silk Road. The contents in the Silk Road is Chinese silk, Chinese tea, and Chinese china. And it hasn't been changed over 5,000 years. There's no fundamental change in this passage. Now, 5,000 years later, in these new centuries, what we can bring to the new world between this globalization. China has become a part of the whole world. It's not a separate, isolated country with 1.3 billion hard-working peoples devoted to work and coming join the world. There's lots can be done, like the communication, the contents within this communication, this Silk Road, will much more. Where you see the capital difference, you see the commercial difference, you see the competency difference, the human being, the labels. Right now, I think we see more from China to outside is the commercial, the goods, the product. We kind of see the difference. We see big difference in the capital market. Also, this how lots of Chinese travel outside the competence market. But this is what we have done. Now, I would like to take a few minutes to talk about the company, how we grow during this globalization. ZTE is China's largest list telecom equipment provider, specialized in customized integrated telecom network product. The company was founded in 1985. We have now over 30,000 employees. The revenue in 2004 is over $4 billion. The company is both listed in Shenzhen Stock Exchange and in Hong Kong Stock Exchange. We manufacture more than 100 telecom products, and our business is in more than 100 countries. In last year's Business Week magazine, they select the top 100 IT company worldwide, including telecom and IT. There were 3 companies being listed on the list. One is China Telecom, one is China Mobile, and we were very happy, honored to be one of the 3 in these 100 top IT companies. This is the headquarters in Shenzhen, the neighbor of Professor Feng. This is some of the products we have. We provide total solutions to all the telecom industry. This is some of our terminals, some of the examples. And ZTE is in the leading position in home market in all kind of areas. And having such experience in home market and such a good foundation for the future, for domestic market and for global market, for now and for future. This is the landmark of the company. We have been in all the areas being number 1 in the leading position. This is rapid and stable growth over the years. Actually, one of the most famous consulting company in US, they rated this industry. ZTE has been rated as the fastest growing company in telecom set from 2000 to 2004. So ZTE grows from being a domestic Chinese company to a global market, going through different strategy, globalization strategy, actually in recent 6, 8, 10 years. So we started from China, then we going out to the neighboring adjacent country near China, then we went to the developing country worldwide, Then we were successful in Europe. Finally, we came to this North American region, and we have office in Toronto, in Mexico, in US, in Caribbean, in Central America, all the countries. ZTE has been able to grow with globalization because we have the global solution. You want to come out successful in the world, you have to match the needs of the local. You provide the global solution where you can match different areas. Then you have to provide a local service. When you bring the Chinese product in the country, you don't give them like exactly what as a Chinese, being Chinese. You have to be local. You have to be actually serve them like neighborhood. You'll be one knocks the door, you'll be there. This is a key, also secret to be successful in outside China. So what we bring technology, we bring service, we bring speed services, and we are flexible in all kinds of activities. On top of that, the big expectation is cost effective, of course. So we focus on customers' return on investment and the total cost of ownership. This slide actually was last year. This is the fundamental of being a successful and sustainable marketing company. Like you should be balanced in the unity and conflict in this ever-changing globalization world. In Chinese, one word, 和. No matter what kind of globalization, what kind of change it is, you have to balance different interests between consumer, your company, and end user, between the people working in the company, the capital, commercial, and only after out of the difference, you find a new balance, you see new changes. Before the others see it, you will have great success. So what is ZTE's vision? ZTE is trying to struggling on talents worldwide, rely on capital worldwide, focusing on market worldwide, to build a world-famous telecom enterprise. Provide state-of-the-art solution. ZTE right now is a good company, international company, but to go to another level, being a multinational great company, that's the aim, and there's a long way to go. And we want to be a great company. At the end, I will see how will you smile. Everyone smile. You can have an elegant, small smile, like Chinese without teeth outside. You can have a big smile. I want to share one of the smiling curve I learned from other place. Like this process in all kind of change in the value creation, then the value. And beginning in this front side, there is high value end. Then the last end, there's high value end. And the low side, small value created, that's the manufacturer facilities. Like right now, China is the manufacturer big plant. But everyone see the opportunity from different angle. You can see big values and creating more other than manufacturing. And everyone can see from different angles where you can match it. And I think that everyone, I wish you smile every day, and I wish you have a big smile. Once again, thank you very much.
在这里呢，我想特别提到对好多新移民 ，for those who just immigrate within the last 2 or 3 years, could you please raise your hand? Let me see how I can interact with you. 5 years? Have you been here 5 years? 5 years? 10 years? Okay, how about 20 years? 20 years. Okay, so most of you are considered new immigrants, right? And I really like to say something about Canada because I was an MBA graduate from USA. I was was denied in USA as new immigrants there. Although I have a degree, although I have working experience there, so I feel so grateful to our country, and I hope that today, from the current company or the current job opportunity that I create, I do feel good that I bring some contribution to this country. However, I also like to say to all of you, stay calm, stay patient, not to go back and forth as an astronaut between two sides of Pacific Ocean. Otherwise, the rolling stone may not have too much room, right? 长转的石头不生胎，这个是。And look at our Su Xin 会长. He has a big business in Hubei, but then he tried to create this 加拿大中国总商会 CCGC to try to help all of us to generate the business opportunity as a bridge. So I also feel grateful to him. My gratitude also go to the greatest professor, the greatest advisor, and even can be considered as the greatest government executive that I have been so acquainted, and that's Professor Louis Ferguson. He was ex-director of Employment Immigration Canada, and then he wrote the policy of business immigration. He directed lots of all the provincial government to help the program, and as you heard from him, that my company grew from 2 employees to this stage over 2,500 employees, and I would like to pay the tribute to him that without his help, support, guidance, advice, I wouldn't be coming to this stage and speak to you. So please give him one big round of applause. This picture is shown up to the second visits that he come to my office. He present me one picture, and that picture behind this, you can see that some Chinese character there, right? Here, 我这里真是要特别的说这一点，就是说，although he know 9 international language, he is still learning Chinese. He can lecture 5 language to his student in international project. But he doesn't know how to write Chinese. But he is a great philosopher, like our Chinese 老子。道德经 Look at this, the 道德经上善若水，水善万物，利万物，而不争，故其一道而无一物。When I saw this, I was so impressed. Not only that, he used rice paper. Rice paper is from the Orient as a background of this artwork, and then have a tree. He drew a tree. And that tree simplified my life in Canada, because of is that I was trying so hard to grow my food on this land. However, there are so much challenge, wind, rain, blow against me, face on me. However, I still want to keep growing. And with my perseverance, I think I was able to grow, and I have been so fortunate to grow to this stage. So, 在这里呢，我是真的要鼓励各位新移民哈，就是说，只要你有毅力、有恒心哦，加拿大真的是充满机会的，也有很多大恩善人呐哈。 I am so fortunate really to have a lot of kind people, or in Chinese we call 恩师 or 恩人 or 贵人 standing in front of you. There is Mr. Scott Fraser witnessed me when he served in Canadian Trade Center in Taipei, right? And our MP John McCarran, I was also so fortunate to help him officiate our TNT Markham store opening. So today that store become one of our biggest store among 15 stores in Canada. So give them another round of applause.